What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Q, and if you saw my last video, you know that I finally finished building my computer, which then immediately brought me to another problem, which is that I don't have a monitor. Well, I do have a monitor, but it's for work, and so I don't want to use my work monitor. I don't, if anything happens to it, I don't want them saying nothing to me. So I figured I should get my own monitor. I'd been looking at one for the longest. It was kind of like my dream monitor, which was the LG CX. And so when I finally went ahead and I was like, you know what? I think that's what I want to get. It's huge and it's a little pricey, but I definitely want it. When I went to pull the trigger on it, I kept looking at the LG website. By that time, I saw that the LG C1 was going to be coming out and it was going to be around the same price. And I was like, yeah, I'll just wait on the new one if it's it was only going to be like $100 more or something. And it was going to have better brightness and kind of better, like sharper upscaling. And I kind of wanted the upscaling for when I'm watching shows on random sites that aren't like Netflix. I have so many streaming services, and then sometimes you still can't find some of the shows on them. So sometimes you have to, like acquire them. No. But yeah, there are so many videos, in-depth videos on this TV that can tell you all the different settings and like color settings and picture settings. I know nothing about that, and I'm not even going to pretend to. I've bought 2 TVs in my lifetime. One's an LG TV that's like 12 or 13 years old. It's like right over there in my office. And the other one is a Polaroid TV that I bought like before we even moved into this house. I know what you're thinking. Polaroid doesn't make TVs. Yes, they do. Right there. Polaroid. So yeah, those are the only 2 I've had. So I don't know anything about that, but I will tell you the stuff that I like about this TV. So basically a noob's thoughts on this TV, right? So I mainly wanted it because it's 48 inches. It's beautiful. It's an OLED. It's 4K, does 120 hertz, like a real 120 hertz, has G-Sync, and has 4 2.1 HDMI ports. So I can hook up, the PS5, the Xbox Series X and everything, and they run at full speed, basically. It's hard to find a lot of stuff that has HDMI 2.1, or at least a lot of monitors, so it's cool. This one has 4 of them. I didn't want to drill it into the wall, so I got a desk mount for it. I got an Ergotron, which is an amazing arm that can hold, a 48-inch TV. I think it can even hold bigger. I've seen people who had like the 55-inch version on that arm, but it is not cheap. It is a pricey arm, but so far it's the nicest arm I've ever seen as far as like having to work with one. This one is amazing, and it should be for the price. So I'm just going to try to run through a quick checklist of things I really like. Number 1, it's got this home dashboard preview thing, right? It shows all of your ports, like all of your inputs, without you having to completely switch the input. You can just click on a little preview. It'll show you what each one is. Not only that, when you plug it in, it's like this, the TV has an A9 processor in it, which just automatically recognized my systems when I plugged them in and named them and marked it as like a gaming console, which is cool. I don't know how that works, but it was just cool to see it work. And you can set custom color settings and custom profiles for each input. So like when you see this, like the screen flicker here when I'm clicking on these, that's because it's changing my color profile for each input, which is really cool. It also has like, a sound input setting thing. So I always like wear my headphones because I don't want to be super loud at night. Let's say someone comes in the room and I want them to hear something on the TV. With all the old TVs I've had, you would have had to unplug your headphones so that you could hear it, kind of like you would do with a computer. On this one, I can just swap the input real quick and just switch it to speakers and then just switch it back to headphones. So I really like that. Also, if it didn't automatically select and show my systems as video games, you can go in and you can change each input to whatever you want. You can change the icon and customize it completely as to like name, what it is, everything. So I thought that was cool. Also, there's a cool feature where if you're using like a console and you try to use the remote, you can use the remote to control your console. So let's say you're someone who uses your PlayStation or your Xbox or Switch or whatever to watch like Netflix and stuff like that. Instead of having to like switch to that input and then find your PlayStation controller or whatever, the LG remote will actually work to control your console also. I don't know if it works with like Roku's or set-top boxes because I don't have any, but it did work for this, and so I thought that was kind of cool. It's got this painting mode that when there's like no signal, it just shows like Van Gogh paintings and like famous like artist paintings. I just thought that was cool. It's a nice touch rather than just the, you know, like a little ball bouncing around saying no signal. So I kind of like that. There's an LG remote app that you can put on your phone, which is good because I have like my Elgato key light and I have like some of my other lights all set to apps on my phone. So it's cool that I can pretty much control most of the lighting and electronics in this room just from my phone. And I love it. I just can't lose my phone. Also, I think most smart TVs have this, but it has like a big app store with a bunch of different apps you can download. What's crazy is I don't have like cable or anything because I cut the cord. I have damn near every app you can think of. Like the remote has apps on it and I have all of those basically, but I don't have like normal cable. But the TV kind of comes installed already with an app that gives you a bunch of channels. They're not like exactly cable channels, but they're kind of like, it's like a version of MTV. Well, it is MTV, but it's not like exactly what's showing right now. It's like a bunch of on-demand stuff, which is really cool if you just wanted to watch something that kind of felt live and you just wanted some selection. It's hundreds of channels, so I think that's really cool that you can just get that free basically. Also, one of the main questions that I see a lot is people ask about like, you know, does it hurt your eyes? Because this the one I've got is the 48-inch one. And I know depending on how close you're sitting to it, people say, you know, it may really hurt your eyes, but I don't know if I'm just really blind or what, but it hasn't hurt my eyes at all. I'm guessing because it's, you know, 4K and the resolution is so high that when I'm as close as I sit to it, I don't see any pixels and it doesn't hurt my eyes. I haven't had any like headaches or any like eye strain or anything. Like, you know, I've heard some people say they get eye strain, but I'm not sure how close they're sitting to it for it to be like that, because I'm about 3.5 feet away from it right now. I know like the thumbnail of this video is probably going to be the little shot of my desk, and most of the time I'm sitting in front of my work monitor and I'll just have this one off to the side, so when I'm working I can be working and I can have something up on this screen also. And it hadn't hurt my eyes yet, and I love it, man. I can't even express how much I love it. And the typical thing people always say, like the darks are really dark. It really is dark. I don't think I fully understood how OLEDs worked until I got this and I got to mess around with it. Like black pixels on this TV, just, it's like it's not lit at all. So you know how the best way I can explain it is, you know how when you look at like a normal TV, like a normal LED TV, even if you have nothing on the screen, let's say you're like switching inputs and the screen goes black for a second, it's still backlit, like it's lit up so you can tell the TV's on, right? With the OLED, when that happens, it is like the TV is off. There's no light at all. It's just black. And the colors are incredible, man. When I'm playing games, you know, like playing Spider-Man or playing anything on the PS5 or Series X, it looks beautiful. Well, yeah, so there's not really a lot to say. I'll post a link to a couple of videos I saw that, you know, helped me when I was trying to look up information on it. Also, if you're trying to mount this thing to the, like if you get this exact setup, this Ergotron, and you mount it, get someone to help you, man, because this TV is scary thin. Like it's thinner than my cell phone. Like it's like literally like half the thickness of my cell phone. And the video I watched that showed like how to mount it, this dude was doing it on his own. He like climbed up on the table while holding this monitor and tried to, it was the most sketch dangerous thing I've ever seen. So definitely get someone to help you hold it if you're gonna get one and try to mount it like that. Like I do not suggest trying to carry this thing on your own. But yeah, that's about all I can think of right now, man. As I learn more about it and I do more, I may, you know, make another video to, you know, show you guys some more of the features. But yeah, I'm just hyped that I got it. Wanted to tell y'all about it. And my quick first thoughts on it. But yeah, man, as always, thank you guys for watching and rocking with me. More videos coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you guys. Don't make it weird. I guess that works.